Akkalkote Sri Swami Samartha Leelamruta, written by Srimati Matangi Balaji and Jack C. Barratt. Chapter 7 Sri Narasimha Saraswati, second Kaliyuga avatar of Sri Dattatreya, 1378 to 1459. Sri Narasimha Saraswati was born in Karanja, Maharashtra. His parents named him Narahari. Usually babies cry after the birth, but when he was born, he uttered the sound Om, which was a great surprise to everyone. This led everyone in the neighborhood to come and visit the miracle child. Although Narahari parents Madhav and Amba Bhavani were overjoyed to see their child, the fact that he did not speak anything but the word Om was distressing for them. His mother wept with a great grief, long and thought, can we never hear our child's babble? However, they did not lose hope that one day he would be definitely speak because he kept saying only Om Om. A little later, he started speaking in sign language. They thought that he would speak the thought better now after wearing the sacred thread, but they were still worried. One day Narahari touched an iron vessel and miraculously turned it into gold to pacify them. Narahari was adorned with a sacred thread when he was 7 years old, and when a truly great miracle happened, Narahari, who was a mute, began to recite the Vedas perfectly in the presence of the Vedic scholars in that area. The joy of his parents knew no bounds. They shed tears of gratitude. However, the parents' happiness did not last long. After being formally adorned from the sacred thread, it is customary for the son to ask mother for alms. So when Narahari's mother told him to ask for alms, he asked her instead of permission to leave home and to accept his desire to take sannyasa. Upon hearing this, she wept and wailed out maternal affection and begged him to drop the idea. Narahari consoled her and placed his hands on her head, reminding her of the blooms that he had bestowed upon when he was in the form of Sripada Sri Vallabha. Still, he asked for her son to be with her for a little longer. Narahari promised to stay with her until he had two brothers. Then one fine day, Narahari left home to fulfill the mission. The mission of the incarnation was taken up to lift religious and spiritual people and re-establish Dharma. Narahari first went to Kashi and then Krishna Saraswati and then stayed with 2 times. His daily routine included takes a bath in river Ganges and then receiving the darshan of Kashi Vishnatha 3 times. Narahari later requested Sri Krishna Saraswati to intimate him to sannyasa. Sri Krishna Saraswati was pleased with Narahari's devotion, restraint and dedication, and he agreed upon to sannyasa diksha, naming his Narasimha Saraswati in the process. The newly initiated sannyasi went to perform sermons at various places around Kashi for the benefit of wisdom of all. Hundreds of people were guided to the spiritual path by him. From Kashi he went to Badrikaranya forest, Badrinath, with the disciples of them traveled from place to place before the touching place to Ganga Sagar and near Calcutta. He traveled near the river and reached Allahabad. 21 years passed for him, which in intermediate mode. Sri Narasimha Saraswati then felt desire to bless his parents and brothers returned Karanja, where he was born. His sudden appearance in those house was one morning brought unspeakable joy to everyone. In this book, Sri Guru Charitra, many leelas performed by Sri Narasimha Saraswati are explained in detail. These leelas were performed not merely for show but also to instill faith in the people and draw to attention to the path of spiritual salvation. During the lifetime of Sri Narasimha Saraswati, Muslims were ruling tyrannically in some areas of India. The Hindu Vedic Dharma was on the verge of the extinction. Sri Narasimha Saraswati delivered many discourses on spiritual awareness and hope to Hindus. Sayam Deva, one of the disciples of Sri Narasimha Saraswati, was working for a Muslim king at that time. This king was very ruthless and inflicted many atrocities in the Hindus. He had a practice of killing one Hindu every year. One day, it was Sanya Samaveda turning to die to the Muslim king sent for him before leaving Sayam Deva, bowed to the Narasimha Saraswati and prayed to be saved by him. Of course, Sri Narasimha Saraswati promised to save him. Sayam Deva then went and stood before the king in great fear. However, the surprisingly the king was in different state of mind. The king honored him to the great respect of the gift. This Muslim king was actually the one who belongs to the Sripada Sri Vallabhas too. Previously, extinction Vasharman, he born to a king called explained in details in Sri Guru Charita and Sri Padavallabhi Charitamrita. Later on his life, Sri Narasimha Saraswati visited places like Trayambakeshwar, Nashik and Parali, Vajnath. He stayed at the latter place for the year and did tapas. Then he went to Audumbar and Amarapur. He stayed the later for 12 years. As a result of his penance, Amarapur became a very holy place and named as Amaravati Narasobanwadi. After himself, he then left Amarapur and went to Ganagapur. Then he stayed for another 24 years. This was the favorite place where it was the most suitable long time. He performed the worldful leelas there. There ends the chapter 7th of Sri Sai Leelamruta book. Sri Swami Samartha.